Well, folks, here we are, another Keith Festival, and what would have thought at this time last year that we would still be doing it digitally this year. However, we just have to make do with what we can, and surely by next year we'll all get back together and hear a recht drum instead of this virtual things. But anyway, I'm going to start off the night with a Dundee song. Then I can if you ken Dundee, but it's been voted in of the best places to visit. Didn't say bide, but it's been voted in of the best places to visit lately. So, but here's the Magdalen Green anyway. Well, here I am, a stranger, just new come frae the sea. My ship, she lies at anchor in the harbour o' Dundee, and your face it is the fairest that ever I hae seen. O fair maid, would ye walk wi' me down by the Magdalen Green? A roguish smile upon her cheeks, she answered me and said, kind sir, I'd go along with you, but you know I am afraid. The paths they are sae slippery, the nights sae cold and keen. It wouldna do for me to fall down by the Magdalen Green. Wi' kind words and promises, along wi' me she went. We rambled here, we rambled there, we love and pleasure bent. And oft times did we sit and talk about love's pleasant sin. I fear that maid had many's a fall down by the Magdalen Green. But soon the time for parting came, my ship had hoisted sail. Nae longer would I see my dear, or tell love's pleasant tale. We sang farewell to old Dundee, where happy I had been, and she was left to walk alone down by the Magdalen Green. One night while on my bed I lay, when my weary watch was done, I dreamt I was the father of a darling little son, and in my dreams his mother too was plainly to be seen, and she was weeping bitterly down by the Magdalen Green. And when my ship comes in again at the harbour o' Dundee, I'll search the town all up and down until my girl I see. I'll ask her to forgive me for the rascal I have been, and we will make it up again down by the Medlin Green. So come on, ye jolly sailor lads, a warning take by me, and never slight a poor young girl for the sake of poverty. Take lightly love and sail away is neither straight nor clean, and never do as I once did down by the Medlin Green. Thank you. Now then, here's a songy that, started off as it was written for a competition in the People's Journal, way back about 1960. The same competition that gave us songs like Bandy's Rope and If You've Never Been to Kerry, gems like that. It's called, it was written by an Orkney man, the scene, George Corrigal, I think it was. It's called Princey and Jean. I'll sing ye a song o' a canty Albany. A ken speckled figure was auld Watty Brown, a trustworthy hand at the mains of Drumcloddy, since the day he began to work there as a loon. And syne there as Bailey, he proved himself canny, his work conscientious, particular and clean, till the day his master says, Watty, my money, you'll take the third pair, they're called Princey and Jean. Now in a bonny Scotland there was nae a human sae happy as Watty wi' his dandy pair, and he sent in his place wi' the lave as a plummin', and oh, he was proud o' his gelding and mare. A grand pair o' blacks, no their likes in a hunter, wi' coats of a rich glossy ebony sheen, and that pluin matches for years worthy winners was Watty for grooming wi' Princey and Jean. Now Watty I bided content wi' his duties, but life's full o' changes as abody kens. Decrepit old age tin the baith o' his beauties, and tractors began to appear at the mains. Now a steering wheel Watty just wadna be grippin', he rocked on as a man didna complain, but abody noticed Poor Watty was slippin' downhill, he was pining for Princey and Jean. and now he's awa', his trachels are ended. A God-fearing body, why did his best. His life was a sermon, the mourners a' kent it, on Tuesday last week, when we laid him to rest. And we a' had a thought, though we didna divulge it, as we hankies we dab it, the tears fairing. If he was born in a manger, say wills it, he'll be waiting for what he wi' Princey and Jean. Princey and Jean. Now then, here's something a wee bit different. It's, well, something we all need, and it's a song and praise is something we all need every day, or at least you should. It's called, well, I called it Shanks of Our Head, but seemingly the proper name for this song is the Porcelain Waltz. There's nobody famous or even well known in the town where I grew up and proud to call home. There's only a factory sits on the banks by Leveren's clear water, that factory Shanks. Now you're gonna ask me what's in the name. It's known throughout Europe, from Belgium to Spain. In Vatican City, the heartbeat of Rome, where even His Holiness sits on your throne. To this famous company we must give thanks. If you're European in Shanks, in some foreign lavatory all on my own, calling for God on the white telephone. It's down on my knees as I lower my head. In front of my eyes I see Shanks of our Head. Although I have travelled far over the tide, the name of my home stirs a deep sense of pride. When I see a urinal that's made in Barhead, it makes the hair stand on the back of my neck. To this famous company we must give thanks. If you're European in Shanks. Space Shuttle Columbia flies past the moon. It's been there for days, just going around. It's all very secretive, I'll be quite frank, but they're only testing new toilets for Shanks. There's urinals, there's bathtubs, there's lavatory tanks, all over this universe, all made by Shanks. When you've heard the song, I know just what you'll do. You'll look for the name when you visit the loo. To this famous company we must give thanks. If you're European in Shanks. Then again, we should be singing that now that we've had Brexit, but What the hell? We're still European. Right now, here's this song I get a lot asked to sing a lot. Well, I did when we were going out singing, but still get asked to sing it now and again. It's the great Matt Armour song, Generations of Change. My father was a baillie fair wee toon near Capeley. He rocked on the grand a' the days of his life. By the time he made second, I swore he reckoned he'd ploughed near on half o' the East Neuk o' Fife. He feed on at Randerston, Crawhill and Cliffington, Cambo and Canby and Big Rennie Hill. At Kingsbarns he was married, at Boar Hills he was buried, and man, had he lived, he'd be ploughing on still. For those days were his days, and those ways were his ways, to follow the plough while his back was still strong. But those days have passed, and the time's come at last, for the weakness of age to make way for the young. I wasna for ploughing to the sea, I was going to follow the fish and the fisherman's ways. Rain, hail or sunshine, I've watched the long run line, nae man mair contented his hale working days. I've long lined the Flodden, Grand Dutch and the Dogger banks, put the big fish for the deep devil's hole. I've sight-trawled off Shetland and Faroes and Iceland, and weather much worse than a body could thole. For those days were my days, and those ways were my ways, to follow the fish while my back was still strong. But those days have passed, and the time's come at last, for the weakness of age to make way for the young. My sons, they have grown, and away they have flown, to search for black oil in the far northern seas. Like oil men they walk, and like Yankees they talk. There's no much in common between my sons and me. They've rough-necked on Josephine, Fortes and Nenny, and Dunlin and Claymore and Fisher and Dock. They've made fortunes for sure, for on one run ashore they spend mair than I am for my hale season's work. For those days are their days, and those ways are their ways, to ride their rough rigs while their backs are still strong. But those days will pass, and the time come at last, for the weakness of age to make way for the young. My grandsons are growing, to the school they are going, the long days of summer they spend here with me. We walk through the warm days, we talk of the old ways, the cornfields, the codfish, the land and the sea. We walk through the fields that my father once tilled, talk with the old men that in sailed with me. Man, it's been awfully good, I've shown them all I could, of the past and the present, what the future might be. For the morn will be their days, what what will be their ways? What will they make o' the land, sea and skies? Man, I've seen awful change, but it still seems gay strange to look at my world through a young laddie's eyes. Yeah, a sentiment I should maybe tack up before too long, and the weakness of age will maybe hit him that way for the young right enough. Maybe not just quite yet. Now then, I'm going to finish off with another bothy ballad, probably the very first bothy ballads I ever learned. I think I learned it off from my father, but it's called The Barnyards at Dalgety. Anyway, thanks for thanks for watching. At least when you're watching this, it's not the same as walking out to a concert. You can actually just switch off your laptop or whatever you're watching it on, and nobody kens you're not watching. You just want to do something else. But nobody sees you walking out to a concert, so this is actually maybe the best way to do it. Right, you didn't hurt nobody's feelings by walking out in the middle of it. In New Deer parish I was born, a child of youth to Methlick came, and gin you'll no believe my word, the session clerk'll tell the same. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyard at Dalgety. To bide upon my father's farm, that was never my intent. I lewd the lassie's double wheel, and I the weary drop o' drink. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyard at Dalgety. As I come in by Nitherdale at Taramerket 40 fee, I fell in with a fair marchiel for the barnyard at Dalgety. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyard at Dalgety. He promised me the twa best horse you ever set your een upon. When I get him to the barnyard, nothing there but skin and bone. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyard at Dalgety. The old black horse are on his hunkers, the old white mare lay on her wime. For all that I could hop and cry, they wouldna rise at yoking time. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyard at Dalgety. Now Meg McPherson mocks my bros, her and me we can agree. First a mot and Synack not, and I the other jump o' bree. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Dalgety. When I gang to the kirk on Sundays, mony's a bonny lass I see, sitting by her father's side, and winking o'er the pews at me. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Dalgety. Now some can drink and they be drunk, some can fecht and they be slain, but I can court another man's lass, and I be welcome to mine. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, Lintonaddy, tooranay, Linton Lauren, 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 the barnyards at Dalgety. McConnell knew it is brunt out, the snodder's fairly on the wane. Sae fare ye will, ye barnyards, you'll never catch me here again. Lintonaddy, tooranaddy, lintonaddy, tooranay, linton lauren, 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 the barnyards o' Delgatay. Cheers, folks.